Hello friends, my name is Sylphic, and welcome back to Horizon Zero Dawn. Now, as you'll remember in the last episode, we took a break to from the main quest to save the, Avad's little brother, who's only like 8, and his mother. But in this episode we're gonna... Aloy, you alright? I made her sprint here, maybe she's freaking out about it. Today we're actually gonna continue on with the main quest. Alright. And I'm super tired. I've had like 3 minutes of sleep, so if I do silly things, please don't judge me. Alright. And we need to continue on in order to learn more about Project Zero Dawn. That scared me, Aloy.
The other side of the tower. Look for a vent.
Aloy. Thank you. Thank you, Silence. Helpful as always. Just wanted to see if there was anything back there real quick. Doesn't seem to be.
I say you've been here before.
Obviously. Now, it's very important that you hear what I'm about to say. I've shown you the way in, but this humble vent marks a point of no return. Before you descend into the depths here, you should be fully committed, equipped, and focused. No distractions. If you have errands to run, do them first or hold your peace. I won't tolerate whining. Is that clear?
You'll tolerate what I give you, Silence. I didn't ask you along for the ride.
I mean, I don't have any side quests, well, except for this, but I don't think I can do that side quest until I've actually gone into this, because I think I need another power cell. Yeah, I need another power cell. So I literally don't have anything. It makes me mad that these hunting grounds never left, though. I finished all the hunting grounds. I don't know why they're still sitting there. It makes me mad. It stresses me out. I like having a very clean quest list, and this is marring my clean quest list. Okay. But anyway, sounds like we're gonna be down here for a while. I don't know if we'll be able to do all of it in one episode, but let's go. We are ready.
I'm heading down.
I've spent a lifetime trying to uncover the secrets of this world. Where the machines came from. How the old ones achieved such marvels only to fall into silence and death. A lifetime of failure, as year by year, decade after decade, I hit walls I could not break, doors I could never breach.
Hello.
Until a Nora huntress marched out of the savage east. And voila, for her, all the deepest secrets of the earth were laid bare. I suspect you will have an easier time with this door than I did years ago.
Considering
for identiscan.
It needs to identify me, essentially.
Genetic profile confirmed. Entry authorized. Malfunction. 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 Malfunction.
Kidding me?
You don't hear me laughing.
Shut up. There's gotta be another way. Hey! Elizabeth Sobek here! Requesting access!
Access request acknowledged. Root command functions available. Do you wish to proceed?
I do! Get me through this door!
Analyzing. Primary access inoperable due to mechanical failure. Emergency venting procedure likely to circumvent blockage. Do you wish to proceed?
Yes.
Emergency venting authorized.
Do you even know what you did, though, Aloy? Like, honestly?
I underestimated you. See, by now,
Oh no.
Guess you can't have everything.
that will draw attention. We won't have this place to ourselves for long now.
We? Last I checked, I was the one risking my life down here.
Yes, fine. Now will you please get moving? There's so much to learn in less time than I'd hoped.
You're stressing me out, Silence. Alright. So what do we got around here? There's the door. Was there anything back here, I wonder? Just real quick. Secrets, possibly. Nope, nothing. Alright, continuing on, wasting everyone's time here. Really? Are the cars just gonna come down here, though?
Welcome to Project Zero Dawn.
Zero Dawn. We found it.
Are you really so surprised?
Facility diagnostics detect multiple failures. Attempting repair.
So, what was this room?
An entrance hall, perhaps. Have a look around.
Well, we've got some voice recorders. Oh, this one's actually a text. Subject, another incident. This morning's unfortunate incident with Dr. Popovich is another example of reception's need for additional support. We appreciate that Zero Dawn is an immensely complicated project, but as the staff who serve on the front line, we're tired of being neglected. As we have already requested, we need human translators, fluent in Polish, for example, security staff who can subdue enraged embryologists, for example, and dermal sedatives to calm persons who are screaming in Polish while hurling chairs and vases at reception staff, for example. Yes, most of the candidates are reasonably calm and well-behaved, but we need help handling the exceptions to that rule. Please respond. I mean, that's legit though. If people are actually like causing harm, they need more help. Alright, what are you, pretty? Oh, and we need support too, another one. Reception staff continues to require additional support managing ZD candidates when they arrive at the facility. Many are frightened or confused, some are highly agitated. These are not the sort of persons who are accustomed to having information withheld from them. At minimum, we need human translators. Oops, excuse me, Minibird. The Langbots are not sufficient, and mild sedatives for the extreme cases. Any and all support would be welcome. Perhaps you could start by responding to one of these mails. I'm sensing some sass there from the reception people. Alright, let me in. How big is this place? Relatively big, actually. So we might actually be down here for a couple episodes. It just depends on how much.
Take a seat and wait for your name to be called. A selection of beverages and snacks are available.
Smaller room.
Snacks? Do you have pretzels? Because I would love some pretzels. I know Aloy doesn't know what pretzels are, but she about to learn. Alright. There's another text in here. Oh, but what's this? Supply crate? Gimme, gimme. Prepare my voice for some reading. Restock or else. For the 5th time, please restock the lounge's selections of herbal teas. If I have to listen to one more egghead throw a tantrum because we're out of organic cucumber mint or blackberry sage varietals, I'm going to lose it. Please respond, and this time no tempest in a teapot or steep demand jokes, okay? Man, the reception and the lounge staff are having like... they're struggling over here. Because nobody's listening to them. Soundproofing? Would it be possible to improve the soundproofing between VR1 and the lounge area? Most of the candidates stay quiet during the presentation, but the ones who scream or sob can be plainly heard by candidates waiting their turn in the lounge. Just a thought. Why are they screaming and sobbing? What are you doing to them?
Please proceed into viewing room 1 for an important message regarding the purpose of your visit.
Oh, is it telling them what is happening? Like what Zero Dawn's really gonna do, and that's why some people scream and sob because, well, they don't want to die. Alright, show me this message.
What was this place?
A holographic theater.
CD01 data intact. Initiating playback.
Cutscene time.
Welcome to Project Zero Dawn. I am General Harris, Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff of the United States of America. I'm sure you've heard the rumors that Zero Dawn is a top-secret superweapons program, the technological miracle that will save us from the Pharaoh Plague, if Operation Enduring Victory can hold off the robots long enough. The reason I'm sure you've heard the rumors is that I'm the one who spread them, and they are all lies. Zero Dawn is not a superweapons program, and it will not save us. Nothing will save us. And here's why.
Oh no.
By the time the glitch was noticed, it was already too late. Nothing could stop the Pharaoh Plague. Nothing can. Its robots will continue to replicate and devour the biosphere. life on Earth will be destroyed. Our planet reduced to a barren sphere. Global extinction is inevitable. No matter how many we kill, the robots just keep exponentially making more. If we had their deactivation codes, we could shut them all down. The entire swarm. But since their cryptographic protocols use polyphasic entangled waveforms, cracking a code set would take half a century. At best, we've got 16 months. Not exactly what you'd call a survival option. The destruction of a biosphere is not the sort of apocalypse you can wait out in a fallout shelter or a space station. There will be no Earth left to reclaim. Just a lifeless, toxic rock with several million Pharaoh robots on it, hibernating, waiting for something to eat. This is the horrible truth behind the lies of Operation Enduring Victory. My lies. Lies designed to inspire millions of innocents to sacrifice themselves in battle. Why? One reason. To buy time for you and the work you will do here. Zero Day, the day that life on Earth ceases to exist, is coming fast. It cannot be stopped. The hope of Zero Dawn is that something new might come after. But I will leave it to Elizabeth Sobek to shine that thin ray of light into the darkness. Harris, out.
Okay. That's a lot to process.
That doesn't make sense. Life on Earth didn't cease to exist.
He said it could not be stopped.
But it was. Somehow Elizabeth saved us. I've got to keep looking. Find out how she did it.
I mean, are we all robots? Are, like, none of us actually human? We're all just actually robots? Is that a thing? And the reason everything survived is because everything's robots? I don't know. It seems a little out there, maybe. But just tossing ideas around. Because I'm pretty sure that Elizabeth...
They got in. Through the vents.
Let nothing stop you from learning the truth.
Spread out! If it moves, kill it!
What is this place? Tomb?
I was having thoughts, guys. Can you not? Where'd the shadow cards go? Where'd all of them go? Oh, they were all just chilling. Alright, you're a heavy, but that's fine. Oh, no, no. Oh, no, no, no. Let me up. Let me up, let me up, let me up. I would like up, thank you. And actually, you know what? Then I'll come back down. How about I just come back down now? Hi, friendo. Sorry. I mean, you would have murdered me given the chance, so I'm really not that sorry. It's more like a being nice thing. Go to my precision arrow, actually, because... Oh, you had to move your head at the exact wrong moment, didn't you, dude? Didn't you? Let me back up here. Let me up. Over. Over. Down. I'll come back up and I'll read this in a second once we take care of them. But it looks like I actually can't get to them from here. Well, that's a shame. Fine. We'll go back around. Yep. What is this? Ooh. A little vent? I like little vents. Where does this go? Seriously, where does this go? Does this lead to secrets, or is this just a sneaky way to get to them? I think it's just a sneaky way to get to them. Hi, 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 I'm gonna take you out first.
Still sniffing around.
Good. We're too close to let tribal primitives stop us now.
I agree.
Data points. What did they contain?
I don't know. I didn't want this. Get out of my face. I don't know what the data points contain. I just got here. I know there's a lot of them. And one of them is upstairs. I kind of want to go back in here, though. Yeah, I think this was just ways around, though. Alright, so we're going to start at one end, grab all the data points, and then go to the other. Here sounds good. Ooh, and their audio logs.
Let's cut the mystery. You're building a colony ship. It's obvious. And it's not gonna fly. I mean, literally. Remember the Odyssey? That multinational heap of space junk that's been in graveyard orbit since 57? That went nowhere real slow. And you have to get somewhere real fast. Do you have any idea the immensity of the challenge to prep a new colony ship in time?
To be clear, I'm not a worker on the project.
Do you even understand how few people it could save? The whole generation ship concept is not gonna happen. It's the first thing you'd abandon in favor of embryonics. For that kind of storage, we're talking a lot of bulk, a lot of power, a lot of resources. So even if you do it, even if you build it and point it at Sirius X, there's no room for people on that thing, all right?
If you could try to remain calm.
You people are crazy if you think you're getting off this rock. No one's getting off.
Medical.
Oh, so it seems like some of the workers, maybe, were having breakdowns, which I mean, I would have a breakdown too. Like, you've literally just been told, hey, you're probably gonna die. Sorry. Unless you get in this really, really quick deadline and manage to finish everything.
I'm sure you now understand the urgency of why we brought you here, Ms. Okilo.
Captain Okilo, are you trying to thank me for not resisting?
I believe we couldn't negotiate a diplomatic solution.
When it came to my country's lithium, it was always a swarm that would be sent to negotiate. Metallurgic International, US Robot Command. The markings changed, but the robots were the same.
You have had considerable experience in human-robot conflict.
Yes, and I've got the prosthetic limbs to show it. Yet I continue to face this horror, even though the challenge was great. Cyber warfare. I thought Zero Dawn would be a Manhattan project to generate the deactivation codes. With the resources I had, I estimated code breaking to be a hopeless endeavor. I was almost looking forward to being proved wrong.
Unfortunately, your estimation was correct.
As your General Hera said. So then, you did not bring me here to commiserate. What is left?
So they were conducting interviews for people to work on Zero Dawn, because obviously one person can't do all of that. And that's what these are, different interviews for after they saw the first presentation, then they went through this room and had interviews. Counselor guidelines. Okay. For debriefing after presentation 1, candidates must be allowed to ask questions and be given the necessary time to fully absorb the information they have received. It is important to be aware that candidates have just been exposed to triggers for severe mental and emotional trauma. Do not assume silence or outward calmness indicates acceptance. It is essential to stress that all other options for combating the Pharaoh Plague and preserving the continuation of human life have been considered and found unworkable. Communicate this fact calmly, but clearly and firmly. Familiarize yourself with data on the catastrophic environmental impact of nuclear engagements versus the swarm, Appendium B1, and unfeasibility of maintaining life in orbital, lunar, or undersea structures, Appendia C1, C2, C3, so that you can counter candidates' objections in depth. If a candidate asks for time alone to review supplementary information, allow this without hesitation. Be sure to inform security personnel so the candidate can be monitored for attempts at self-harm. Candidates should only be cleared to proceed to presentation 2 if you believe their mental state is sufficiently stable. Note that real-time support will be available via your focus. Security and medical crisis teams are, and then the rest of the data is actually corrupted. Another interview, it looks like. Suzanne Alpert.
With Suzanne Alpert, environmental scientist. Doctor?
I'm sorry, I wasn't,
Just stating your name. What were you thinking about, Doctor?
Nothing the General said. Not really. I was on the Syzygy East Response Team in 2051, just after the second earthquake compromised the reactor. I still dream about it, after all these years. The red zone spreading on the imaging, slowly, so slowly, like a hand opening its fingers.
Your involvement in that event is why you were asked for by name.
Really? That's interesting. Because nothing worked. Nothing could grow there again. It was a catastrophic failure. But the red zone is a blip compared to global-scale biomass reduction. The biosphere and hydrosphere will collapse, render the Earth uninhabitable long before the robots finish us. Enduring victory can't buy time against that. So, you'd better show me what Zero Dawn really is.
Yeah, everybody having different reactions. Some people having absolute breakdowns. Some people just relatively calmly accepting that they have to do something if they want to even come close to any sort of survival. But they've also been told that they're not going to survive, so why work with it? Why bother? Alright, so we've got this one, and then we've got a couple down on the ground there.
There is some mistake. I don't understand why I was brought here. Why would you show me these things?
I know that there's already a lot to take in.
In the waiting area, I was seated with a Nobel laureate in biophysics and a monk, I think. He spoke neither English nor Mandarin. It is very strange. And General Harris? What was he talking about? The robot swarm, the Pharaoh plague? I understand it is terrible. But it really cannot be stopped? Why tell us this? There are people in Shanghai, my friends, my family. They have joined Operation Enduring Victory already. It is for nothing? We will all die?
We're going to be able to answer some of these questions.
I just want to know why I am here. It doesn't make sense to me.
You were brought here because of your skill set.
No, that can't be right. I am an art historian. I know Dutch masters, Japanese calligraphy, Gerhard Richter. What does that matter now?
Oh. It's sad hearing some of these people just, like, absolutely break down. Like, the first guy was just having, like, a break. Like, a psychotic break. But she's more just, like, calmly accepting that this is all for nothing.
It is accurate, yes.
So these mechanical monstrosities, they don't just kill people. They feed off them.
Not just people. All organic matter.
Every living thing. Dissolved into nutrients. Millennia of evolution liquefied. The miracle of life reduced to bloody biofuel.
In a word, yes.
Who did this? Pharaoh? That arsehole. Is he here?
No, Doctor.
Please, tell him Tom Pake wants a word. Now, get off! Get off! Doc, please! You get Ted Pharaoh in here!
Well, I'm sure there was a lot of those reactions because, I mean, he made robots that he couldn't control that literally feed off every little thing in the entire world. What did he think would eventually happen? You played too much.
Want to discuss?
Whew. So Mama, she was right.
Pardon?
My mother, she took her Bible real serious. Not just Texas Bubble serious, Pentecostal serious. Favorite chapter? Revelations. Now, I didn't always understand her on account of all that speaking in tongues and such, but when she did use her words, it was always end times this and lake of fire that on account of sinful lifestyles. Speaking of which, mind if I smoke?
A tobacco cigarette.
Sorry, darling. My taste run classic. Compliments to your team tracked me down. Been a price on my head 18 months now. Sterling Malky was me, don't mind admitting. Been plenty of snakesters chasing the bounty too. But I kept the zigging to their zag. How'd you finger me?
I believe Dr. Sobek listed you as an alpha candidate. Priority snatch and grab.
Always suspected she had a little thing for me. Hey, I don't suppose you got real coffee in this place? You know, blood coffee? Conflict cappuccinos?
Mr. Tate, I'm clearing you to proceed. Just go.
Counselor is tired of you. Alright, this looks like it's the last one. I'll do another run-through after this, just to make sure, but I think this is the only one.
Previously worked for Faro Automated Systems.
On the Chariot Line self-replication routines? I came here thinking this was a rendition. When your people took me, I thought, about time. I've been trying to swallow the guilt every day since...
Would you like to take a moment?
No, I really hoped Zero Dawn was a way to undo it all. My work. And I'm sorry to say I was ever proud of it, but Ted could really sell a concept, and in the labs, in the light of creation, that first test run, when you saw they understood their own structures, could rebuild themselves from memory and light, there were no limits. God, there were no limits.
Man. Yeah, just think of all, like that guy, think of all the former employees, or current employees who were building it, didn't think anything of it, and then turns out they're going to absolutely destroy the world because they created these things. But onwards to presentation 2, where I believe...
CO2 data intact. Initiating playback.
Oh, right here?
Elizabeth Sobek.
You've heard the bad news, and it's all true. The Faro Plague is devouring the biosphere. Life itself will cease to exist. But does that have to be the end? What if we could give life a future? What if we could build a kind of seed from which, on a dead planet, life could blossom anew? This is the aim, the hope, of Project Zero Dawn. To create a super-intelligent, fully automated terraforming system and bring life back from lifelessness. What would such a system require? At its core, it would need a true AI, fully capable of making the trillions of decisions necessary to reconstitute the biosphere. An immortal guardian, devoted to the reflourishing of life. We call it Gaia. Mother Nature as an AI. But that's just the core of the system. She will need to be surrounded and empowered by a comprehensive suite of subordinate functions. Think of them as extensions of Gaia's mind, each dedicated to a specific purpose. Now, these aren't AIs, but make no mistake, each presents an engineering challenge more profound than anything the human species has ever before attempted. Hardware that preserves and then gestates the billions of seeds and embryos from which life will be reborn. The construction of underground facilities to hold it all. And that's just the start. We don't have to build the entire system. The beauty of a fully automated terraforming system is that it can build itself. Now, over the days to come, you'll learn how all these functions, all these pieces that you'll be working on, fit together. How we'll race the clock to execute our harvest initiatives, write the software, build the tech and the facilities. How we'll lock it down and seal it up before the inevitable occurs. But even more important, you'll know how it doesn't end here. How Gaia will generate those deactivation codes General Harris talked about, and build the transmission arrays to broadcast them, shutting down the Faro robots for good. How Gaia will not just build, but imagine any conceivable robot it needs to do its work across centuries. From detoxifying the Earth's ravaged atmosphere and poisoned seas, to the regreening of the Earth from cryopreserved seed stalks, to rewilding the Earth with animal life. And then, when all that is done, how a new generation of human beings, spawned at cradle facilities around the globe will partake of Apollo, the vast archive of human knowledge and cultural achievement from which they will learn of us, our world, and most important, how not to repeat our mistakes. It's not an impossible dream. It is within our grasp if we work tirelessly and stop at nothing to achieve it. We can't stop life from ending. But if you will help me, help Gaia, we can give it a future. Join me and help make that future real.
The whole Earth destroyed, but then remade?
Yes. By a machine. A machine of creation.
Elizabeth did this. For life. For us. But why Hades then? If it was part of Gaia, how did it end up in the wreckage of a Pharaoh robot? Why does it want to kill me? And Apollo, the Archive of Knowledge, what happened to that?
I'm as confused as you are. Maybe the answers lie ahead.
Oh boy, that's even more to process. They literally... Earth was destroyed. It was literally destroyed and then brought back. And Nora culture probably considers All-Mother is probably Gaia. And maybe the sun for the Karja is also Gaia. And maybe everybody's gods or views are actually Gaia, who is the AI who is terraforming and creating everything. But obviously something went wrong along the way because, well, all the robots were supposed to be destroyed and they're clearly not. Guess the only thing we can do is push forward. Hopefully no more Karja. I would like to not fight anymore, thank you. Ooh, some more data points. Data points are my favorite. Oh, okay. I was like, what's the new thing? Make your selection. Ooh, this one's long. You are now in possession of information regarding the true nature and purpose of Project Zero Dawn, classified far above top secret. As such, we regret that you cannot be allowed to leave this facility. There are 3 options available to you at this point. Please consider each carefully. Trained counselors are standing by to assist you in making your choice. 1 is participation. That's pretty standard. You will be assigned to a sub-project team based on your area of expertise. You should be aware that the way forward will be difficult and the project's outcome is uncertain. You will be expected to work a minimum of 80 hours per week, and your communications with family members will be strictly limited and monitored in real time. Upon the successful completion of the project, you and your immediate family, or 2 persons of your choosing, will be transferred to the Elysium sealed habitat to live out the remainder of your natural lives. Indefinite detention? Yeah. Should you choose to decline participation in Project Zero Dawn, you will be confined indefinitely. You will be given 48 hours to reconsider, after which your decision to refuse participation will be considered irrevocable. Every reasonable effort will be made to make your term of confinement as comfortable as possible, but you will not be permitted contact with the outside world, and death within 18 months due to the Pharaoh Plague is inevitable. When the Zero Dawn facility is abandoned, detainees who wish not to opt for medical euthanasia will be released. Woo! and then medical euthanizing. The information you have just received understandably calls into question the purpose of continuing to live. If you would prefer to end your life at this point, pain-free medical euthanasia is available. A 48-hour waiting period is required, during which time you may instead to opt for participation or confinement. Please notify a counselor when you are ready to make your choice, or if you have further questions. I mean, I guess at least they don't force you to participate. Those options still kind of suck. Quite a bit, actually. Oh, counselor guidelines too. So this will be the guidelines for how to help people with this portion. It is vitally important that candidates choose to participate in Project Zero Dawn voluntarily and knowingly, without additional coercion and without value judgment on the part of the counselor. Confirm for candidates that they were selected due to their skill sets and accomplishments. Emphasize that their dedicated participation in Zero Dawn will increase the project's chances of success. Frame participation in Zero Dawn as an opportunity to respond actively in the face of overwhelming threat. Candidates may question the fairness of their selection. Validate such objections as normal, even admirable responses. Emphasize the value of candidates' expertise to the future, not just of humanity, but terrestrial life as a whole. Likewise, candidates may balk at the mortality of extending their lifespans and those of loved ones beyond 0 day. Validate their hesitation. Acknowledge that, while the reward of Elysium is not fair, it will be earned. If possible, redirect their ethical misgivings towards greater commitment to the project. When candidates challenge the plausibility of Project Zero Dawn, permit them to review Dr. Sobek's presentation as many times as they wish and allow access to supplemental articles G01 through P20. Allow them to suspend the interview to fully process this documentation. A significant minority of candidates will elect for medical euthanasia. It is important to receive this decision kindly and without judgment. Advise them of the 48-hour waiting period, during which counselors will be available to discuss their decision. Emphasize that euthanasia will not occur without repeated consent when the procedure is scheduled to take place. No one will be euthanized against her or his will. Candidates who elect indefinite detention must be informed that they have 48 hours to reverse their decision, after which the decision and the rest is corrupted. Yeah, I get that if you manage to make it to this point, you can't go spreading what you've learned, you know, because if everybody learned that enduring victory was pointless, then this whole thing wouldn't work. Interview 2 with a couple people.
Of course I'll do it. To be given the opportunity to rebuild what the damage that I don't feel worthy of it, but I will do it, absolutely.
I want to stress that this was never about your culpability.
It is to me. Dr. Sobek, Margot, they were smart to get out of Pharaoh when they did, but not one of us took it as a warning sign. It just told ourselves that we're cut out for the BTRI cabals. That's the better than rapid innovation. Better at competing, better than the next guy, a better killing machine. It's just amazing how a century and a half of science fiction did nothing to swerve our species from the path of doom. I mean, I'm done with that life. I mean, I will work hard, twice as hard, to earn this, for my family to have a place in Elysium. I never thought that there could be atonement.
If that's what'll get you to do it. I mean, it's not your fault, not really. It's kind of a collective, everybody's fault, but he does have a point. How much science fiction, like this game, how much is there out there that's like, hey, this is a really bad idea. Don't create robots. Don't bring dinosaurs back to life. Don't go messing with aliens. Like, all sorts of stuff that is generally a bad idea. And yet, in all the science fiction, they continue to do it. I know it's for the sake of, like, learning more, but sometimes learning more is a bad thing. In certain cases. That sounds really bad now that I've said it out loud. Like, knowledge is bad. But that's not what I mean. It's just that sometimes it's not the better option. You know? Oh.
If you're still nauseous.
No, the inhibitors have kicked in. I can't feel the back of my tongue. I wish I could tell you I'd believe in this. But the damage is too great, too extensive, too complete. With all respect to Dr. Sobek's work at Miriam, no. No, life doesn't always find a way to keep going. Sometimes it never comes back. Like Syzygy East. Like the Congo. Like Timor. Like us. That's our reward? A buried city full of terminal patients waiting out the clock?
You'd grow old together, with your loved ones, in safety.
I don't have loved ones. I suppose I could start a family?
I'm afraid not. All inhabitants of Elysium will be medically sterilized. habitat capable of sustaining a starting base of 2,000 individuals for up to 100 years is a huge challenge, Dr. Alpert. If the population grows instead of diminishes, everyone will be dead inside 30 years.
I knew it. I just couldn't bring myself to say the words.
I'm sorry?
Finish it. Medical euthanasia. I want no part of this. I just want it over.
I see. Protocols require a 48-hour waiting period, after which...
Oh no. I mean, they gave that option for a reason because they knew some people would take it. Some people just wouldn't. Why bother? You're gonna die. And some people can't do it. This was the crazy dude. This was the guy that went absolutely bonkers in, like, the first one.
See to make sure I behave this time?
Security. For your protection. Would you like to discuss how you're feeling?
Sure. I'll tell you. Surprised. No, flabbergasted. Like my own man would say, flabbergasted. That vein pumping in his forehead. I thought you people were just completely underprepared for a spaceflight project. But now I can see it's worse. Much worse. Sobek is a total fantasist, a dangerous fantasist. He's kind of blue skying. It's... Jesus. I'm sorry we wasted each other's time. I'm ready to leave now.
I'm afraid that's not possible.
Everything you're talking about here isn't possible.
I recommend you read the documents regarding your options.
I've seen enough. I'm getting out of here. What did you... You don't... Get your hands off me!
Yeah, sorry dude, you can't leave. Apparently we're rolling. I didn't mean to roll, but apparently that's what we're doing. Alright.
Medical wing inaccessible.
What do you mean, medical wing inaccessible? Is this the medical wing? I'm in it. What's this? I want it. Pick up stranded shackles. What? Shackles? What do you mean, shackles? This mysterious item is valuable only to the most curious merchants. Shackles made from an unknown smooth material. Oh, they had to strap some people down. Maybe for euthanizing them. The thing is, like, they made it very clear that if that's the option you chose, they were going to ask you repeatedly, is this what you really want? Is this what you really want? What's this? Nothing? Nothing? Okay, it's nothing. It's nothing, guys. Continuing on. Oop, over that. And I think... Yeah, I think we just have to continue through the door and... whoop, see what else awaits us here. Some more stuff for if I needed medicine, which I didn't, because I actually stealthed through that. Please no more Karja. I don't want to fight any more people.
Intruder! Get her!
Saw me.
Whatever you do,
Here we go.
don't die now.
Didn't I literally just say that I didn't want any more Karja? Nope. 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 I'll play this game. I'm not too proud for this. Okay. Easy enough. Like, they all had heavy weapons. I'm not too proud to just sneak. Just... Nope. Now, maybe no more Karja? I would appreciate that. If there was no more
I hashed
Karja.
it out with them. What the point of Artemis was. I made it clear I wasn't on board for a global zoo. We haven't exactly proved ourselves to be great custodians in the past few thousand years. So the idea of a reconstituted biosphere, well, it's horrifying, isn't it? A complete horror show. We have no right to take a best guess at this stuff. But the alternative? Nothingness. For there to have been all this and then nothing. And with Charles Ronson running the show, I respect him. He's got a passion to him. He's hot-blooded. So I said I'll do it. I'll put my all into this, literally. When the project is done, I'll take the medical option, thank you. Counselor said I might change my mind. I told him that he didn't know me very well then. For life's sake, I'll do the dirty work. But I want no part of this pathetic, attenuated future on offer. I'm an outdoors man. Never did like the feel of solid-state lighting on my skin. And a wee bit of a claustrophobe, anyway.
That's admirable, though. Like, he doesn't want to be part of it, but he'll do the work to make sure that life can continue. That's sad, but admirable.
Power's down.
Power's always down.
I've done this before. Just need my focus.
Well, you've got it. And there's some more data points in here. First, I'm gonna get this, though. Gimme. Tons of resources all the time. I love it.
Now, those lame FBI black hats at Mockingbird back in the day, I enjoyed schooling them. But maybe I went in too hard on this poor counselor. She was cute, and just going down a checklist after all. Couldn't expect her to see how ridiculous Zero D's ambitions are. God's own budget thrown at a kid playing with a hologram sculptor? Palms up, honey. I'm just calling it like it is. Hey, look, Mom, I'm making nature. Now, if nature is so important, why not let nature take its course? Extinction? That's natural. Zero Dawn? No, ma'am, that ain't. Heck, it's so unnatural it'd be called an abomination back home, and you know it. That's why you're hiding it. Meanwhile, my little honey of a counselor, she's munching the inside of her cheek. Bad habit. She chewed one of her nails, too, just one. Not your day, was it, little sweet pea? Saw her quota slipping away. Said, I assume you intend to decline the assignment, Mr. Tate. You kidding me? 18 months hard labor in exchange for 30 years lounging around Elysium watching porn? Sign me up.
Alright, dude. Alright. That's what you want to do. Sure. So a decent amount of the interviews we saw had a second.
It is art, in a way. An expression on the grandest scale. But there is so much unfairness. Why was I chosen? Was it decided by committee? By algorithm? My family will be saved because I happen to graduate in art history? Is this right?
Dr. Sauvé? Christina Sauvé?
Yes. I met a man, another historian. His fields are Bauhaus and the New Materialists. But he once attended one of my talks. Another unfair chance. Of all the many people in the auditorium, that we should both be here now. And yet, I feel more accepting of my fate. No, it is not fair. Not at all. But for the sake of my family, for the sake of art. Art is alive. It must be able to speak from beyond history and echo in the future, not perish into oblivion. This opportunity, I must do this.
And they needed everybody. Like, she was the one that was like, I'm an art history buff. Like, why am I here amongst all these bioengineers and physicists and... Which makes sense, but once they realize that basically they're trying to redo the Earth and save all their knowledge, then it does make sense. Alright, so now we gotta get this power back up. Which shouldn't take long, because it's just down here in this room. No more Karsha? Please? Ooh, and another data point.
Here we go. Another one of these.
I hate these puzzles.
Need to find the right configuration. There's a part missing. Maybe there's a storage area nearby.
Is there really a part missing? Are you kidding me?
Hey,
I'm done with Brett's incompetence, okay? Somehow, he managed to install an H-emitter node backwards. Everything's in reverse. I don't get paid to clean up Brett's messes. If you want it fixed, send him up to storage for a new emitter, not me. Parker out.
Fair enough. Alright, so they said there's one. Yeah, there's definitely one missing. Is that other door that we saw maybe the storage when I went the other way? Let's see. Let's find out. Nope. Sure isn't. I can get on this? That's cool. Alright, so I have to... So that's what the combination is. But I need to find one. Do I have to go back? It doesn't really tell me, does it? Do I remember there being a storage area somewhere? Like, was this storage over here, maybe? I would have thought it would have allowed me to pick it up already if I would have seen it. But maybe not so much? I don't know. That leads to death. This leads to nothing. Cool, got it. Appreciate it. Anything? I don't know, man. These are just facilities. I might be thinking of this all wrong. What was... This was just medical, not storage, right? Do do do. This wasn't anything. No. I actually have no idea. Okay, get through there, Ellie. I actually have no idea what that room even was for. Alright. Oh, you know what I just realized? I could probably do the one code and it'll open up the one door, which is actually storage. I'm dumb. Alright, so what's this code? Counterclockwise. Yeah, that one stays up. And then this one is counterclockwise. And then down, and then clockwise. So clockwise. And then this one doesn't really matter. Just...
Done. I should check the door nearby.
So that'll be the storage. Why didn't I think of that before I went running off like a crazy person? Maybe there's a power cell in here too. That would be nice. Yeah, let me up. Anything? Oh.
Found
Give me that.
one. Looks intact.
It didn't look intact to me, girl. It looked crazy. Give me that. Alright, let's put this in here. Install it. Install it.
That should do the trick.
Alright, so up.
Let's get that door open.
Counterclockwise. Then down. And this one's down, so it doesn't matter. And the last one was up, right? Oh, it's upside down. Okay. I even read that. So this is actually opposite of everything. And so this one will actually be this way. And this one's actually upside down. can't believe I'm dumb. Excuse me? Wait a second. I admit, I mixed these two up.
That did it.
There we go.
Door should have power.
There we
Now
go.
to see what lies beyond it.
Wasn't too difficult. Alright. But I don't know how much more of this we have, but it's been almost an hour, so I'm actually gonna go ahead and pause this one here, and we will pick up the rest of this in the next episode. So thank you very much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Bye, friends.